So we're talking about the Bahamas. The Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. What'd you think,
That was a good one.
Adam?
Tropical paradise.
Yeah. It was my first time to the Bahamas was 3 months before this wedding, or maybe 10 weeks with Adam. And was it your first time there as well?
Yeah. First time in the Caribbean.
Maddie and Jennifer whistled in here with Alina from Oro and said, "We need you to do our wedding. It's in the Bahamas." And we said, "Yeah, let's do it." Rosewood, Takeo, that was our point of contact there at the Rosewood
Bahamar.
Bahamar. Yeah.
Beautiful property. Yeah.
What did you guys think? It was it was a epic wedding. For us to do off-site, so many challenges. It was just, but coming out of it, there's a lot to celebrate, and there was a lot that there's something that happens when you work together, and you have these huge adversities that you face, and then all of a sudden you collectively overcome them. There's just such a feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. At least that's my feeling. What's yours?
Where do I want to go? No, really beautiful. Just the most beautiful venue. Bahamar is just an exceptional place and an exceptional island in the Caribbean. So such a beautiful backdrop to, have a ceremony in and really
Plan A or Plan B?
The wet version or the dry version. And just really interesting and really challenging in really exciting ways to get products there too, from start to finish. And it happened pretty quickly, us working with Wildflowers down in the Bahamas to, coordinate a lot of the logistics and as far as like hard goods and things of that nature. Just really a fun experience to like get to, try something different. Fun's a word. Yeah.
Fun is one adjective.
Yeah. Fun.
We basically had to rebuild the design studio in a conference room. That was the goal to get us started. So half of that was brought by suitcases, and we all had luggage that was overweight with all of the the components of making a wedding, wood, snips, just everything that we could bring, as much that we could bring with us. And then obviously Wildflower supported us once we got there as well. But yeah, we basically made a pop-up design studio in the conference room across the hall from the ballroom.
Props
where
to
the wedding,
Butch Betty.
Yeah.
Props to Butch Betty. I mean, when the suitcases unfolded, we had a doomsday kit, tarps, snips, chains, sleeves,
it's a wonder
zip ties.
that we cleared customs. I don't know.
Anything to declare?
All right, nothing. I hope we don't get in trouble now.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. We just said it out loud. No. We just a few carry-on items, to make a wedding.
Yeah.
But it happened, and to materialize it in basically 4 days, from processing all of the flowers, just everything that you normally do here in the studio, and you get so used to kind of the production that we do, to then all of a sudden have it be like everything is a factor that is new to us. So where's the water? Where's the, where are the buckets going to be? What's the storage going to be? What's the temperature going to be? How are things going to live? Like, it was just an incredible challenge, every day to produce this wedding outside of our normal, kind of operations.
And, the thought process behind building this place was super ergonomic. Like, what can we do that will make it as physically
our
easy,
studio here,
in our studio to produce, materialize, and then transport these grand productions from here to an offsite location and install them and do them in a magical and efficient way. You walk into a conference studio with banquet tables that are, 10 inches lower, and your back is hanging over it.
Carpeted floors. You have to tarp the carpet because you can't spill water on it. Just sinks that are through the river and down the woods, or the
I just
other way
need 10
around.
more buckets of water. Okay, I'll
Okay,
see you
give
in
me-
30 minutes.
All right,
It's fine.
to the kitchen and back we go, lugging carts. So yeah, a really interesting process, but
Super
we did it.
interesting, super interesting,
we did
and
it. It was
and
one of the challenges.
and like I said, as I started this, for me, the feeling of just cohesive team accomplishment, like the celebration that we could all come out of that together, like holy shit, we did this. It's a tall order for a few people. There were 5 of us. It was a big wedding.
Yeah.
Super cool, and we navigated through all of the challenges. We had a really great design. The space, we had more than a couple of sourcing issues. Since you're in the Bahamas, you only have access to X, Y, and Z, and it's nearly impossible to get anything else on the dream list like we would have available to us here. But I thought that starting with the layout, it was super unique and super different, and I think that set the tone for the entire room for the reception. It's a shame that we had this really unorthodox, for us especially, but I think in general unorthodox altar kind of design that we did it all, transported it all in a truck. I felt like I was in India or something. I was hanging on the back of the truck like a garbage can as we were driving like a mile away with all of this product. Set it all up in the blazing sun, and on our walk back to the ballroom, what happened?
I don't know. It could only be described as
Monsoon.
monsoon.
Just drizzling.
Yeah.
Just drizzling.
Just-
We would have been drier if we jumped into the ocean. Yeah, I mean, the Caribbean, crazy weather. And, obviously we tried to have the ceremony outside. That was option A. But, like things happen and we shift and refocus things and made it happen. So we had set up the ceremony outside. It was gorgeous. And then as soon as we were done, felt a couple sprinkles. I'm like, what's that? Next thing you know, we're taking off all the chair cushions and monsoon, here we come. So that was fun. We got to experience monsoon together. Go back to the reception space, finish setting that up as much as we can. And then almost as soon as we get back, the call is made to go and relocate the ceremony. Mm-hmm. So off we go back in our luxurious box truck, held together with duct tape and bubble gum, and just bringing back all of the floral to make it happen in the foyer space of Bahamar at Rosewood.
Yeah, the ballroom, right next to the ballroom. What I found incredibly irritating is that we took everything. Ballroom space is here, foyer space is here, design conference room space is here. We take everything from that conference room space over the river and through the woods. It was literally a mile away to the space. Lug it all up, schlep it up, hand by hand. I mean, exhausted by the time we got it all in place and everything else. To bring it back to the same place it came from.
Yeah.
I think at that
I don't
point
know
I'd
how
been
weather
awake for-
works.
yeah.
Do you see it coming? I felt like we probably could have seen it coming, but I don't know. They made the call at the very last minute, which obviously, you hope of hopes that it's going to hold out and maybe it's not going to come and whatever. But it rained for the rest of the evening. Thunder, lightning. It was not a quick little storm. It stormed for hours and hours after that. So. But yeah, we went back to the site and salvaged as much of the florals that we could. We brought in all the aisle decor and repurposed it inside and made the most of it. And the couple was super, just great about it and rolled with it. And, fine, we'll get married inside in a hallway. They just went with it. What
It was
could they
probably
do?
the best possible couple to have in that situation.
Yeah.
100%. Just embrace
Just like,
it.
just happy to be here. We're just getting married. You know what? At the end of the day, they're,
But
So.
but kudos to the staff at Bar Harmar too, because the minute that happened, I have never seen so many people pitch in and help to make that space become a ceremony, and then make that space become a cocktail hour. It was insane how quickly they had at it, and boom.
Yeah.
Really cool. So one of my fondest memories is sitting in the ballroom, listening to the thunder and the lightning while I'm listening to the music as they're walking down the aisle, because we got locked in because we were right there. We couldn't, and we had to move stuff from there into the ballroom during cocktail hour, which presented a whole nother set of issues. Shivering because it was so freezing and we were all
air conditioning is so
soaking
cold.
wet, and just laughing about the situation. It was
It was our worst nightmare, but what can you do? And we did what we could. They did what they could, and it just you can't you can't not laugh.
but the Bar Harmar staff, Rosewood staff, was
Yeah.
really clutch in that situation. We had Jake with us from our videographer. We had Alina and Greg who brought us the client. They were the planner. Maddie, the mom, was just a piece of work, and I fell in love with her the moment I met her, and she was a tough negotiator and a really brass tacks kind of woman. And the bride and groom were just so lovely. So then, what did you guys think about the experience of the ballroom and the rest of it for an adventure for Taylor Twig to do events like this afar?
Two-pronged question. Obviously, yes, amazing to do events, internationally, and we like those kind of challenges. So I think you get one out of the way, and now it's like, well, we can do that again anywhere. We've done it in a conference room. We've done it, with adverse weather. We've done it, with difficult importing, restrictions, things like that. So it almost makes it now. It seems probably easy to do again and repeat. The wedding itself, the reception itself, I think the design was so beautiful. It had kind of like an X-shaped trussing that kind of went over the dance floor and extended beyond the tables, which allowed us to like hang things rather than like run a feasting table just on the table that we normally do. It allowed for elements to be hung down these rows because of the trussing that was put into place. So really beautiful design, and I think that's what transformed the room. It made it, even the staff at the Rosewood, had never seen anything like that. They were really impressed with the design because it elevated everything.
Yeah.
And I think when the couple walked in, it smacked you because you could see their reactions. Like they just, all of a sudden florals are floating. There's a huge, beautiful chandelier of flowers over the dance floor. It took everything off the table and into the air.
Yeah.
And was just a really beautiful design.
Yeah.
And again, pulled it off with, what we could, with the elements that we could bring with us and make happen, and we did. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's one of those things about no matter how challenging this industry is, when you see such a big reaction from the bride, the groom, the family, as when they all had their first room reveal, it's like, oh, they love it. Oh, thank God, they really love it. Look how happy they are. And you're like, it doesn't even matter that we're wet and cold. I'm so glad you're happy. I mean, that's like why we do what we do, because we enjoy seeing, or at least I can, I think I can say for all of us that we enjoy providing experiences for people. And, regardless of weather and all of that, for them to walk into that and be like, wow, that's really cool.
And from that event, we Jennifer's uncle or Stephen's uncle then got married 6 weeks later at the Ritz in Amelia Island, or 12 weeks away, or whatever it is. And they immediately contacted us and said, we're having problems finding somebody that's up here that, and we saw what you did and we want you to do it. So we got to see the bride at that wedding when we did it. And what I love about this is that it's a relationship now. She sought us out while we were setting up during cocktail hours, barged into the ballroom, even though the staff told her she could not go in. I must, because I have to go see my people. And insisted on making dinner dates with us. I mean, it's really heartwarming to be a part of someone's life that way. So I just congratulate them on their marriage, and I'm so grateful that we were a part of it, because it was really a fantastic experience for us too.
Yeah, I think we took away from it not only, the success of pulling another event off, but we had like a really great sort of team bonding off-site. It allowed us to have that, which, we're grateful for that experience. And, we got to kind of like have a day in the Bahamas as a team, and, once it was all done. So it was nice. It was a really cool, thing to happen. So.
Yeah.
So if you're getting married in a destination, please call us.
Where do we want to go next?
We really want to go somewhere. Anywhere's fine. Doesn't even matter
make it
for
beautiful.
rain.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So congratulations to Jennifer and Stephen. Here's to the next.